What's good, pimp? We recently hit 50 subscribers in this bitch, so I just want to thank Unleashed Gang for holding it down strong. I know it's the first 50 heads, and it's still early on, but man, I'm thankful for just to have a crew of motherfuckers watching this shit loyal regardless. So anyways, in this video, I want to talk about 3 toxic feminist beliefs that destroy women. Now, without wasting any time, I'm going to get to the first one, which is play hard to get, quote unquote. This in general, if you ever read pro kind of game books for women, like for example, Why Men Love Bitches is an infamous one. I don't know if you've ever heard of this book. I remember one time I was dating this girl, and she had this book lying around, and I read it because I always had heard of it, and it was kind of supposed to be like a female dating advice book. So I read it, and I'm laughing because, to be honest, it sounds a lot like dating advice book for men. Like a lot of the shit they say, a lot of the like push-pull. It's just a whole lot of push-pull, not looking too needy, like a lot of similar shit to men. And you know, attraction is universal. So I don't really blame these hoes for having that kind of book, because if you think about it, if a chick is on your dick all fucking day, you are gonna get sick of her. But when you read this book, the only problem with this book is, the only problem with this kind of mindset is, at the end of the day, that book, it didn't address things from a feminine perspective a lot of the times. It just addresses shit from a general trying to be attractive, universally push-pull, but it doesn't change. But it doesn't address the fact that at the end of the day, you're not a man, bitch. You're a woman. You are a woman. Our roles are different. You know, it's not your job to fucking play hard to get 24/7. Just like as a dude, if you act super duper insecure, like, oh my god, don't fuck other guys, it's like a huge turnoff. If a chick acts like, oh my god, you fuck other bitches, it doesn't necessarily turn us off. It just kind of makes you feel like, yeah, I'm the shit, you know? Ultimately, my problem with the book was, my problem with all these advices is it doesn't address the fact that it doesn't adjust to the fact that it's women. It's just always just trying to maintain your ego, trying not to put yourself out there, play hard to get, you know. I mean, here's the thing, at the end of the day, you bitches barely do shit. That's the reality. We have to approach, we gotta initiate, we gotta start the conversation. So while we're over here juggling motherfucking chainsaws and bowling pins, you're playing hard to get as if the shit isn't already hard to get. I mean, come on, this shit makes no sense. Part of the reason why this belief is so toxic is that women are receiving, they're the receiving half of our duality and our yin yang nature by it just inherently. They're just inherently like that. We are the givers. We give sperm, we give the approach, we give the initiation, we protect, we do all this shit. And they already have the mindset of like, see how he is, see if you like him, see if like you. They already have that kind of userish mindset. Then you throw in all this fucking propaganda on top of it to just play hard to get, give him a hard time, not appreciate the shit that he's doing for you. I mean, this shit, it's obvious how bitches can become so fucking entitled when you go around and you look around. And a lot of times in America, if you're in a country like America, you don't have the reference to even realize how masculine and how entitled a lot of these women are. That's one thing I fucking love about New York City, is that this bitch is all over the place. So when you talk to women of other countries, you're like, huh, this is kind of a different vibe. I mean, it's still a bitch. You're still gonna deal with female shit, but at the same time, there's a different vibe when it comes to a lot of things, when it comes to the male and female dynamic, and when it comes to the expectations that these broads have. Number 2, what can he do for you? This is some shit that is very prevalent, especially with a lot of black chicks. I noticed, like, if I've dated a lot of black chicks, and when you get around, like, their family, a lot of their moms and their aunties, they be filling a lot of the young women in the family's minds with a lot of, like, Americanized propaganda, fucking super. Look, here's the thing. To be fair, to females' defense, at the end of the day, if you have a sister, if you have a daughter, you're not gonna want them to date a fucking bum or some dude who hasn't got his shit together. I mean, it's only natural. But the only thing is, my problem is that women in general, whether it be white women, black women, whatever the case, American women in general, the culture is very like, what can he do for you? Oh my God, he has a nice car, or he has a good job, or what can he do for you? Like, it's all this focus on, like, I want you to go out there and find the love of your life who treats you right, who treat you like the person you deserve to be treated by. It's never action oriented. You know what I mean? It's always the other person. Like, it's their responsibility to fucking please you. It's their responsibility to make sure that this is a quality relationship. It's never like, okay, it's always about go out there and catch the right one. You just want to catch the right one. Like, this type of female feminist kind of mindset is terrible, because at the end of the day, as men, we have this big mindset of self-improvement. Our culture of manhood is always, yo man, you gotta get your shit together, bro. You gotta work out. You gotta go to the gym. You gotta start socializing. You gotta get your job shit together, your taxes together. You gotta prove yourself as a man, period. Whereas with these bitches, it's just like, okay, who cares if you a bum bitch who sits at home eating ice cream all fucking day? Because it's cool, because hey, there's the right one out there for you. Come on, man. You don't see the problem with this? This is going to lead to a bunch of talentless, skillless, undisciplined ass bitches who have all the entitlement in the world. I mean, does it get any worse than that? Nah. 3, this right here, this holds a special place in my heart, because I don't have any direct contradictions of why I hate this statement, but it always happens during situations and arguments, especially social media, where people are arguing, and then as soon as the battle of the sexes happens, it's always this contrast with women. For example, like, you talk to women could talk about all the problems of men, and we will sit there and be like, okay, we will address the problems of men. If you talk about the problems of women, they're just gonna bring up men. They can't help this shit. They will inevitably bring up men. Here's the third one. The third one is ultimately, well, if he can do this, why can't I do this? This, again, this just shows just the ignorance, because we haven't been taught shit. We go to school, but we don't learn anything about the sexes. We don't learn anything about dating, so we just go around going equal, treat everyone equal. So fundamentally, we have this very vague, surface level kind of fucking philosophy when it comes to men and women of just treat them equal. But at the end of the day, men and women, we're not equal. We're different. We have different roles. We're not equal in certain things. So it's about addressing these things, acknowledging these things. But when chicks say shit like, hey, well, if he could fuck 100 bitches, then, well, why can't I do it? Well, why does he get to fuck 100 bitches and get called a stud, but if I do it, I get called a hoe? Bitch, cause you a hoe. You wanna know why? I'll explain this shit. Because so many women, they just don't fucking get this point. You know why? Because it's a skillless task to get dick. That's why if you go up to a chick and you say, hey, do you fuck random motherfuckers? Are you an easy fuck? Do you fuck strangers easy? Are you easy? What are they gonna say? Every single bitch, even the thottiest, hoiest bitch, is gonna sit there with a straight face and be like, no, I don't fuck easy. I ain't easy. I don't fuck random motherfuckers, or I don't fuck random people, or whatever the case. Or even if they do admit to some shit, it's gonna have a clause in it, or an excuse, or a whole line of fucking excuses. Can I sit there and go, hey man, how come women get to sit there with the titties all out and they don't have to do no work? They just get approached. Why can't I just show up with my titties out and get approached, man? What the fuck? Like, no one's gonna look at you and take you fucking seriously. So why would I take any of you hoes seriously? You wanna get you? Do you know how many girls I met? I met girls where they're like fuck buddies, or I mess with them, and they're so delusional that because here's the thing, I'll talk about what I do, and it's like a big, interesting topic. So they'll start talking about their end and whatnot, and what kills me is they will try to take credit for hooking up with guys. And it's like, bitch, you get no credit for that. You think you get brownie points for hooking up with a dude? Man, a fucking whale could throw a rock outside and hit a motherfucker that will smash this bitch. Like, that's not impressive. It's not impressive. Matter of fact, there was one girl though who was an exception. She used to turn bitches out. Now that I gave props to. In fact, that I could actually give more props to, because it's not easy. You're a chick, you go up to a chick, she's gonna be very defensive about hooking up with a chick. So if you can actually bag bitches as a bitch, now I give you full fucking credit. You could definitely join Unleash. You could definitely join Unleash gang, man, for sure. It's like, if you constantly have the identity, if women are constantly thinking, well, if men do that, I can do this. Well, if men do that, I can do this. Well, if bitches do this, why can't I do that? It's like, where are we at? Where are we at anymore? We don't even have our identities as sexist, because we're just going around going, oh, she could do that, well, I could do that, she could do that. Lots of dudes out there shit, they look at a bitch and they be like, hey man, her past does not matter. Doesn't matter how many people she fucked. Doesn't matter how many gangbangs she had. And you know, I used to think like that because I was open-minded and I didn't want to get judged for my own shit. And I used to have bitches' families and shit. When you really a playboy motherfucker, you have bitches' families, her friends always giving you shit. Always. So you just constantly get this mindset, you know what, I'm not gonna judge other motherfuckers because I don't like niggas, I don't like motherfuckers judging me. What ends up happening is over time you date these girls who have crazy body counts, who she's a stripper, sold her pussy for money, or fucking all types of crazy shit. I mean, I don't judge bitches. Like, you did porn, you did this, you do drugs, you do, like, whatever the case was, the craziest bitches in the world, I did not judge them. But what happened was consistently, every single time, all the bitches with super high body counts usually were fucking headaches. They were nutcases. They were fucking knuckleheads. You could not be around them for an extended period of time. A lot of times they did not have daddies in their life. They came from broken family homes. It's not a fucking coincidence. I mean, think of it like this. As a man, for you to fuck 100 beautiful women or a bunch of beautiful women as an average guy or just any guy, you would have to inherently have some kind of very valuable value about yourself. For example, you're either very good looking, you're very charming and charismatic, or you have a high status level within the society in which bitches is just grouping around you. Either way, it's always inherently some kind of positive trait to have, period. Whereas if you're a girl and you fuck multiple 100 plus dudes or whatever the case is, there is no inherent value to be had. In fact, if anything, there's probably a good chance that something's wrong with this bitch. It's like the opposite. With men, it's like there has to be inherent value. With women, there is no inherent value. You fuck a bunch of motherfuckers, that's just you spreading your legs, so it's obvious why you're not gonna get the credit. I mean, is it that hard to understand? What's good with you bitches? Is it that hard to understand? I don't think it's that hard to understand at all. Once again, bro, I would just like to thank you, Unleashed Gang, man, for joining, you watching this shit, bro. Hey, man, we slowly growing. We ain't gonna stop, bro. We headed to the top. And with that being said, bro, like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and remember, until next time, confidence is bred by confident. Don't get caught slipping around these hoes, okay, man? Yeah.